Hello and welcome back to ITCL Race 7 of Road America. We are here for the halfway mark of the season. It's Quintero on pole position. An unexpected pole.
It's a very weird grid,
But,
and once again we see pole sitter off slowly, which was like yesterday in the WTCL. Jarbo leads, followed by Owen, then Harrison, and then Holder, who the about to say got rid of before he even waited on. He took a podium, and he might get another one today. Into turn one, Jarbo ahead of Owen, ahead of Harrison. Turn one.
went home, now ahead of Sabo.
Yeah, Holder comes to Harrison, then followed by Zerman, and that's a chain hold into this right-hander.
Oh, it's projectile on the grass.
Only Jarbo. Harrison, side by side Holder, then comes Zerman. Followed by Madison and Ness. Down the hill we go. Harrison goes a little bit wide, but he has got ahead of Holder. Zerman's going to try and get ahead here as well, but goes down the inside. That now turns into the inside line for Harrison. See Omen Jarbo fighting out the lead, but Omen's ahead of Jarbo. Harrison is third. That's a chain. Holder's ahead of Zerman. So that's is that Nemeth going down the inside of Mandolin? Yes, it is. Nemeth into P8 temporarily.
And the rest are carrying the point.
Yeah, stuck on my element 10 after qualifying 13th. And further down, you can see a couple of them as Kona is down the field. As is Suki, Thompson last, started her and Saba blew off in qualifying, which meant they couldn't set a lap. But over against the stretch lead from Jarbo Harrison, could we see a flatline 1-2? John Deere means to be in full effect if this happens. So I think that was Madison going down the inside in the background then. So now that was Netzy on Zerman. But he has worked his way up into the top 5 temporarily. Zerman comes back, but as we see, Jarwin Philip Harrison then holds up, and then this train for 5th goes back to the likes of Atachenko as well. On P5 Ness, followed by Madison. So see Hamilton all up over the back of Jarbo for P2. And put it away. Has built a positive lap as well. See if Hamilton can get past Jarbo. There we see the fight for 5th. As Rodriguez in 11th. The only dual winner of the season so far this season in ITCL. Hector Rodriguez has won the last 2 races. Madison slight drift there. Nearly took out Ness. Now drilling into the back with trainers Nemeth and Mayella. Hamilton continuing to change Jarbo to P2. Lap 2 of 8 here in the ITCL. But there we go. Oh, Thompson's a little bit
wide,
yeah.
Oh,
speaking of wide, that's Mandolin. Oh, it makes contact with Mauer. Nightmare for Roto. Mandolin's now nowhere, and that's Kohler's not even in the points. So, we'll look for here. So he goes down the inside on Ness. Oh, and then just got caught on the curb, and Ness got tagged by Nemeth, kept it alive. That's the contact between Mandolin and Mayella. And came back onto the track. You see actually a slight dent to the front light of Mayella's car as well. So, Roto are struggling. They haven't picked up a podium since the first Rumble meet, and well, continues to fall apart in their season. But there we go.
Oh, Roto always seems to struggle when their original owner is not their team principal. Like,
we'll see.
The moment he left, the team just becomes a mess like last season.
I mean, yeah. Also, interesting fact: if Jarbo gets a podium today, it will be Adbay's 5th race in a row, and they've taken at least a podium. So Adbay looking very strong for the title. You know, they've won 3 of the last 4 races, coming to this 47 points ahead of Waterford. And well, and looking very,
Yeah.
very strong. Jarbo has been a brilliant piece of business from them, getting rid of Ness. Jarbo's come in and he's been absolutely brilliant. So he was very unlucky when he blew up in Bayern's last time out, and before that, he did a good result in Malaysia. So there we go. He's running P2 in the Blackland sandwich right now. Managed to shake off the attention to Harrison for now. Also P4 just ahead of Zerman. He's going to try and work his way for the field for war, but be there followed by Madison and Never. Having a good race for Flatland, not Flatland, but Outback in 7th. Dominating Never, who comes in this weekend, which is 6 points of season, took them last time out at Nagalo. So, I mean, Never trying to be stringing together some actual meaningful results. He is on the back of RJ Ness, though. Picked up a podium in the goal I last sent out Ness. So, of course, prior to that, there was the drama between him and Harrison. Speaking of Harrison, goes back up onto the back of Jarbo. Yeah, that was the controversy. Oh, Zerman going to go get past Holzer, but he couldn't get the traction out the corner. He's going to send that right down the side, though. Oh, and Holzer goes off.
Holzer is out.
Oh, he's out. He's blown up. I thought they made contact.
Yeah.
But no, Holzer has gone. Was that inflicted by Zerman? I mean, not so mechanically.
Not that big contact.
Yeah, there wasn't any big major contact. I wonder if the bump unsettled the suspension, which then caused it to snap. Very odd incident there. Holzer's out. So, not good news for Holzer.
Milo back into the point.
Yeah, Milo into the points. Nemeth into the top 6. Harrison got ahead of Jarbo. And up into P2. It's a Flatland 1-2. If you said coming into the season that we would see a Flatland 1-2 at any point with good to own potentially winning a race, I think most people would have thought you were mentally insane. But no, here we are. Although Jarbo is not immediately off the back of Harrison, so he has got this to deal with. Zerman is 4th, just kind of running his own race now. And then the Madison, Nemeth, Ness, and Teddy Rodriguez fight. Jarbo had a slight look there, but I think he might have just slightly clipped the back at Harrison. So not going to happen there for Jarbo.
Someone is off.
Oh, is that an issue for Acid Chaincob? I'm not sure. Oh, Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov is the issue. And Asachenkov got spun by a mandolin. No, it's Koda. But it was the issue was with Kuznetsov, who's
out.
Yep, coming towards the corner.
And
you just see, bang, so it goes. And out of the race for Yuri Kuznetsov and well, Charlotte Thompson running up in qualifying. It's going to be another frustrating weekend for Velocity. So they had taken good steps, 39 points in the last 2 rounds, but back to square one here. Velocity on for their third 0-point weekend of the season. So interestingly, the other 2 were both in Rumble. So this might be their first non-Rumble no-pointer of the season. So disappointment there for Velocity. Thompson hasn't really worked out because Netsov has, but he's blown up. Well, to be fair, Thompson's 20th. There's still a chance, especially since she's in that train now, which is headed by Asachenkov. Jarbo, yeah, he's slightly fallen off the back of Harrison. You can see Durbin there, and then from that fight with Ness and Madison. Teddy and Rodriguez are also fighting it out for P8, so there is that. Jarbo, yeah, he's got up second behind Harrison. I don't see. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, Jarbo, I don't really see him putting off. Oh, yeah, that's not going to help him either. Yeah, coming off the curb happens. You hit the curb carrying a bit too much speed, and then you whack the floor, and the car completely unsettled, so you've got to go a bit slower to collect it. Now he's dropped himself over a second and a half behind Harrison. And well, you can really see what the damage to the midfield caused, because there's Asachenkov, Suzuki, and Maello at the end of the points. That train goes all the way back to 4th and 25th. The only driver not part of the train is Bill Moeller. He was about 8 seconds behind, so I think he would have woken somewhere. But either way. Yeah, Jarbo's not
right out up front.
Yeah, but there is an interesting fight developing for 7th miles to it. between Ness, Kennedy and Rodriguez. Hayes Rodriguez, obviously, as I mentioned, has won the last 2 races. He won't win today, but he could get P7, which would be a good result for Adway. He's also on the back of Archie Kennedy. It's been a bit disappointing. He picked up 4 points in the first round of the season at Rockingham, and he hasn't picked up a point in 3 races since. But he's trying to secure some points. He's got contact with Ness there. We have obviously Kennedy trying to do his old famous tactical crash the other driver, but unfortunately it didn't work this time. Let's not bring up the Rose back to Kennedy incident from the endurance. It's season 3 and season 3. That started a whole massive debate. So there we go. That's Kennedy and Rodriguez. Fighting out for P7. Down towards turn 1. Just long straight. You can get up behind someone you can get there on slipstream. Turn 1. I think they're all happy to just collect the slipstream there. And set it up later one at lap. 5 of 8 here. Oh, moved by Kennedy. I did say it could turn up for later in the lap. Kennedy goes down the inside on Ness, and he has got that done fairly well, actually, Kennedy, up into top 7. His best result of the season so far for someone who was expected to do a lot better than this. Unfortunately, Mallard has kind of fallen off the pace of Nixon, has also fallen off Smith recently. Well, Nixon led the championship after 2 rounds, and since then, he's now on course with 3 straight races without a point. Rodriguez pulls for the move on Ness now. Goes down the inside, gets that one done. So Ness goes from 7th to 9th in half a lap.
Oh, not to get price to Kennedy.
Yeah, he might try and get Kennedy as well for good measure. Right down the inside, bit of barging. You'll love to see it. Kennedy stays ahead. Now Ness trying to come back at Rodriguez. Goes right down the inside. Gets back ahead of Rodriguez. So Rodriguez tried to get P7 and ends up P9. That is the way of motorsport sometimes. Try to gain a place and you lose a place. So how it be for Rodriguez. He's still P9 though. He can definitely catch back up to the back of them. And in front, yeah, they have kind of spaced down. A major fight going on outside of points right now. Thompson 16. Well, maybe Velocity will get a point. But she is on the pressure with Nixon.
Sangareros, the rear bumper somewhere.
Not sure how long we're going to replace that rear bumper given their financial situation. Coming to this, nearly $500,000 in debt. Standings are not great. They picked up just 3 points in the last 4 races. Well, here, I mean, you've got Sangari down in 24th, Flores out of the points. It's just that they tried to be involved with Lava. It stands just 3 points in the last 5 races. Huge financial issues. The team principal doesn't want to be there by the looks of it. Seems to have given up faith in the sponsors, who apparently seem to have also given up in the team or something along those lines. So it's just a bleak time to be at Lava. There's nothing on the track to tell way about. Off the track, they're a complete mess. Fortunately, it does not appear their luck is changing. There we go. That's P5, then never. Good result this for Outback. They haven't had an easy season. And a good result in the second Rumble race. Other than that, they've only picked up 8 points for the season, but this would be a good result for Never. See Ness on the back of Kennedy for 7th place. Rodriguez has fallen some way off the back there, it's not like the freshman fan, not late. I'm not sure I have to complete yet, but Ness doesn't really put that quarter off and Kennedy gets away from him. Getting through here. Kennedy actually making ground onto the back of Never. So could get very interesting. Now we've got a 3-way fight for Saint, Never, Kennedy and Ness. I think Never trying to secure Outback's best result of the season. Yeah, big result for that. Kennedy goes down the inside, nearly takes out the back and Never unsettles the cockpit contact. That was all caused by Kennedy. They came for the corner to clip the back of Never, unsettled the car, which went wide, then nearly came off, and as he come back onto the racing line, Kennedy smashes into him again, goes airborne. and takes P6 in the end. Ness now tries to get ahead of
Did
Never.
he?
Never comes back at Kennedy. We take P6 like it was nothing, and they're actually playing in Rodriguez and Randall into this. So, are we about to see a 5-way fight for
Oh,
6th?
next
That would
on
be
Kennedy
really
now in the
entertaining.
last corner.
Oh, Kennedy is reverting back to his old season 3 tactics here in this race. I've seen him nearly take out about 3 or 4 drivers now. So, there we go. Rodriguez got ahead of Ness. Now Van Lomin's trying to do the same. Jarbo's now been caught up to by Zerman and slightly Madison. So we could have a 3-way fight for 3rd and a 5-way fight for 6th by the end of this race. If I was you, I would stay very firmly still wherever you are for the next 5 minutes of ITCL because it could get pretty interesting. And even at the end of the points, we've got a fight. Asachenko and Farfan are fighting out for 13. Farfan, contact! Farfan and Asachenko. And Farfan is he ahead? Asachenko slightly ahead, but he is going to be on the outside.
What happened to Mael? He was in the points with the rest starter.
Race just pulled apart. As we see this fight, Kennedy side by side with Vandalin, Ness also getting involved. That's gone 3 wide coming out of the corner. Vandalin's got back around the outside of both of them. Ness is in there, then Kennedy, who, having looked like he was going to get 6th at one point, now dropped down to 10th. Ness trying to get ahead of Vandalin. Meanwhile, Zerman's on the back of Jarbo for 3rd place. Vandas has not really made the ground into that fight as of yet. There's Vandalin, there's Kennedy, there's Ness. These 3 have now dropped off the back of both Rodriguez and Nemeth. Thompson retired. So don't be enough for Velocito. I mean, at this point, what do you do at your Velocito? They had such high expectations coming into the season with a big drive with Thompson. 225 grand a week. The good news is she's only on a 1-year deal. So they'll be able to get her out rid of her at the end of the season, unless they're stupid enough to renew her. Yeah, you can see Turner close get back with Java. Madison also slightly into this fight. Asachenko with Farfan between that legendary duel for 13th place at the end of the points on the penultimate lap of the race. Better the Weather has also gone. He was miles behind the field anyway, I think, but he's gone. This is the 3-way fight for 8 right now. Bando and Kennedy and Ness fighting out for P8. Rose will try to get back into the title fight. Mallard trying to get into that fight with Flatland, but that's not really going to happen. Of course, Project R trying to salvage a season, despite 712 different driver maneuvers. So there we go. There's Van Later 8. Ness and Kennedy fighting it out for 9th. Oh, Kennedy going for the move. See, as they start. Can Kennedy get it done on Ness into turn 1, or is he going to wait and try and do what he did last time and set it up, heading down towards, was it turn 2, I think it was. It was only turn 2 or turn 3. Kennedy stays behind. It's turn 3. So, we're waiting to see how this develops.
Yeah, but that didn't really hit the apex, so he lost some time.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of time then. It's not going to help Kennedy at all. Meanwhile, this fight for 13th has gotten interesting because coming into the play is Liam Henry. Qualified 14th. Asachenko goes down the inside and gets ahead, then makes a mistake. Henry tries to force his way past Farfan. Fight for 13th, it's getting very interesting.
Oh, Ascona got an engine issue.
That is Smoke. That is Ascona.
And
he's gone. Ascona is out. He's pulled safely off the track.
And I think that could be that Ascona will not match the requirements set by the auto team principle.
Yeah, there was
saw in the press.
Yeah, there was demands that he needed to improve. Well, not much he can really do when the engine gives up on him. But that does mean that fight between Asachenko, Farfan and Henry is now all for the point. So we've got Limit and Jarbo on a final lap, right on each other's gearbox for 3rd. We're looking at the fight for 13th, but there we go. Here you can see it, Zerman trying to get ahead of Jarbo on the final lap. Zerman's got ahead on the final lap and taken 3rd from Jarbo.
Really important for the promotion.
Get at the moment over unless Jarbo can put up a masterclass. We'll have to wait and see. I'm just coming around the final corner now. Where did Sharper even try and attack? It's too far back. That's the issue.
This is the last place.
We get back to the front. Good to home. It's going to cross the line, and Flatland are going to win their first race of the season. Harrison makes it in Flatland 1-2 in a very interesting turn of events. Zerman gets third. Adbay podium streak is over Sharpe fourth. Madison fifth. Good result for him again. Never the star performer of the weekend, say. Rodriguez gets home just ahead of Bandolin for seventh. Ness crosses the line at solid P9. Suki completes the top 10 in an okay result for Water. But Kennedy, a disappointing 11th, given he could have got 6th at one point. Azachenko will cross the line in 12th, the sole leaping spot finisher. Henry makes it a double point to point star. Farfan will one sole point to red star. And then Nick Ramirez, Flores, Minat, Savomayela, Kortig. And eventually, outside Songari with nobody a bumper will cross the line to be the last finisher. In 23rd, as Kona Villalobos, Thompson, Kuznetsov, and Holzer, DNFing. 1-2 for Flatland. Gunter opens 108. I don't think there was anything more that needs to be said.
Yeah, certainly very interesting. I did not expect this.
I mean, Flatland have just showed up this year. They have completely turned it around. They're not in the title fight. They're gonna be on paper in the title fight.
Well,
I
they scored a
mean,
lot
if
of points.
Flatland go from literally the second worst team last season to getting promoted a season later, it's incredible. But I do just think Adbay have that more consistent pace. But I don't see it happening.
Flatland was 101 points behind.
Yeah.
They will get now 70 points. While Adwe will score 24 plus. Fifth Adwe will score 39. Yeah, but Flatland will close the gap, but it's not striking distance, but they are there. If they with consistent performance, they can get up there. Yeah, and that's also up to how will Adwe perform.
Yeah, they're pretty the favourites. If you look at the other teams around them, Waterford, Botal, they've kind of fallen away after some early season momentum. The Verte, I just know. Flatland could, but this race does seem like it's a fluke. Mallard just completely collapsed. Leave top are good enough. Let's neither fully tar at that point again.
They're already too far away.
Near the top fight. So I think this is Advay's race to lose, to be honest. I think if Advay don't go up this year, then they're going to have a hard reflection about what went wrong, because I genuinely don't believe anyone in ITCL is better than them right now. Yeah, I'd get a good result here, but then 2 points lost, I'm out in Garlow.
What could be the deciding factor is that the rumble rounds, like Dupuis scored 66 points, while Christensen for Flatland scored 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also Adway versus Waterford in the rumbles, as it seems. Yeah, but we will see. It's only half of the season gone. The next half.
Oh yeah, we're on to a top of this next, so that'll be fun. New track.
Yeah, Autopolis, and then Bathurst, and then Autumn Park, I think.
Well, on top of this, yeah. Let me get the grade. Then Bathurst for the Rumble, and then Autumn Park, Most. I don't know. That's a bit check track, and then San Francisco. And of course, it can't be a WTCL series without a Bahrain finale, where there is normally carnage, chaos, and many broken hearts and dreams. So, yeah. The only difference between the WTCL and the ITCL is when ITCL goes to Auckland Park, WTCL goes off to Brands Hatch, and when WTCL goes to Imola, that's when the ITCL break is off. That's 2 week time. Next week you get all of the racing apart from GTCL, which after this weekend doesn't return until round 10 at Contegua. So you'll have Imola, WTCL, and JTCL and Kadegwa that weekend. So I'm not sure why they've gone to Kadegwa and not Imola, but I don't put the schedule. So it is what it is.
Yeah, so later today we have WTCL. Make sure to watch the race because it will be interesting as well as it was yesterday. And yeah, as I said, next week we have a new track again. Yeah, it could be a turning point for the title fight. Yeah, so make sure to tune in next week and tune in later today. So see you later today. Goodbye.